Welcome to the countdown where we were going to talk about our experiences at a TNA live event that happened on.
We were? We were going to talk about it, or we are talking about it?
We were, and now we are.
I like to save.
Alright, so February 8th, TNA came to DeKalb. Attendance, I'd say about 750 people were there.
Yeah. Maybe 750, 800.
Yeah, so I mean...
It wasn't too bad.
Could have been a lot better,
it was a college town, so I mean, they probably should have done more publicity and got more people there. There probably should have been a lot more people there, but it was a good stadium. It was a good-sized stadium.
Yeah, they didn't obviously fill it out or anything.
No, I mean, they should have, though.
It's an awesome-looking stadium because, like, what it is, they have, like, a lower rink because it's, like, a basketball stadium, right?
Yeah.
So they had the lower rink for the basketball. Then they had a track, so a 200-meter track around. And then they had the bleachers. They weren't obviously tucked out, but they were tucked in, but they had the bleachers play out. So, I mean, the stadium could probably hold around, like, 8,000, but there's about 750 people there.
Yeah, no, it was good, though. Someone behind us said, like, oh, man, they should have totally sold out. You know, I mean, that's college.
Was it the same guy who kept on screaming, like, James Storm? I hated that guy.
No, it wasn't him. That guy was over to, like, the right of us.
Yeah.
Upper right of us. But, yeah, so we went to go see Impact. TNA Live.
So I guess we'll just give a review. So the first match was EC3 versus James Storm. The feud that started this one off was that James Storm likes beer, EC3 likes wine.
And, yeah, everyone else agreed with him on the beer and all that stuff. And, you know, so they did their match. It was a pretty good match.
It was
good.
You can't really expect much from these live shows.
But the crowd was getting into it, though. You know, I was happy
This was a good crowd.
It was a good crowd. It was fun, you know. Everyone was chanting beer. You know, James Storm was getting everyone to chant beer.
Yeah.
And EC3 was trying to get everyone to chant wine. And I feel like they did start chanting wine, but then they stopped once they realized, oh, wait a minute, EC3 is the heel. We don't want to chant wine.
Yep. But yeah, it was an alright opener. Nothing special, but with the live event like this, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. Next up was like Velvet
Knockouts.
Sky versus Gail Kim. I mean, it was a fine knockouts match.
Yeah, I know. So what did they say? It was good. Next is the knockouts ladies match.
Like a knockouts ladies match. Like I think they were doing that just in case people didn't know who the knockouts were, like what a knockout was.
Oh, you know what? You're right. That makes sense. Now when you say it, it makes sense to me.
But
I was kind of confused.
Weird.
Like,
and they were like advertising, like, "Hey, do you watch Impact live on Spike TV?" And I'm like, I think most people would, but then again, you're right because they're coming to a college town. Some people might just be like, "Oh, wrestling, let's just go see it." And then then they're like, "Oh yeah, Spike TV."
To let you know that we're on Spike TV. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, well that makes sense now. Now it makes sense. In the moment, it just seems stupid.
Yeah.
Like why you? Of course.
Of course.
But yeah, it was an alright match. And then what do they have next? They had the
Bromans versus
the
American
versus the Wolves.
This is the first time I've ever seen the Wolves in action. This match was phenomenal.
It was. They are amazing.
Both teams were amazing. A lot of people don't think the Bromans are that good. Ever since Bound for Glory, they've been on a roll.
Well, we were into them at Bound for Glory. We were really into them when they had their match.
That sounded really weird. We were really into them.
Yeah, we were really into them.
No, say we were into the match. Like,
we were into the match. We were into them, though. They were like, wow, they're doing really good.
No, don't say we were into them.
We're not into them. All right, you're making it weird.
You're making it weird. That's a horrible word
I didn't make it weird.
You gotta work on your
word choice.
I didn't make
it weird. Whatever, they're really good. The Wolves are really, oh my god, they're really freaking good. Lucas was telling me how good they were. He's like, oh, they're really good, apparently in the independent scene.
I've never seen them, though, but
I never watched them, and I probably should have YouTubed them, but I didn't, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I was totally blown away.
This was amazing.
They're so athletic.
It was really good.
Oh my god.
It was a great match. It was a great
Even
match.
though it's for the tag team titles, I think it would have been really interesting to see them win, and how they explained it on TV then. Be like, hey, so we had this live event, and the Wolves became the tag team champions.
The events are, like, taped, like, for a while in Britain, so it's like... Will they all of a sudden just wear the titles in one of the tapings and, like... I don't know. I mean, the Bromans win by disqualification. I mean, it was a great match, though.
Yeah, I kept the Wolves
everybody did awesome. Best match of the night by far.
Oh, absolutely. And what was next? It was...
Bobby Roode, the It Factor, also the Spit Factor.
My God, he spit so much. It was freaking ridiculous. Every time he got hit, then he randomly just spit.
Yeah, it was the Spit Factor versus Gunnar. Probably the second best match of the night.
Gunnar-mania.
Yeah, Gunnar-mania running wild. It was pretty funny. Corey and I were the only people chanting for Bobby Roode. They had a "Let's go Gunnar," and they just hear us go like "Let's go Roode." I was repping my Bobby Roode shirt, so I was like, "Yeah, Bobby Roode."
We were cheering for him. It was good though. It was a good match. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good match.
But Gunnar started hitting his head on the
turnbuckle,
which I'm pretty sure I've seen him do before. But Lucas all of a sudden brought up, what if he like knocked himself out? Like that was it, just knocked himself out.
That should be a great storyline. on TV just knocks himself out, and they have like a huge like concussion angle. Like now he has like the bandage around his head, and he just like sits in like a wheelchair, and it's all like really depressing. Yeah, I can see that.
They'll do that for Oscar season next year.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do they have TV series for Oscars? Like, or is that just the Emmys?
Yeah, just the Emmys.
Well, then they can win an Emmy. Best acting in a supporting role in a TV series. Impact Gunnar for Impact Wrestling.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Like they just give him every illness. Like he gets AIDS, he has cancer.
He's blind.
He's blind. And kind of yeah.
So, well, what was the next match?
But the Bobby Roode Gunnar match was really good.
Oh,
Roode won with like a roll up.
And then we had Bully Ray.
No, wait, is there something else we're forgetting? How many matches were there? Was there just 6?
Yeah.
I feel like there's something after.
They gave more free T-shirts and all our free stuff.
They didn't give anything to our section.
Yeah, I know.
Section 105 was always snubbed.
There was only, didn't have a sign.
There was 8 people in like section 105. I'm not even joking. That was like the least populated section.
And we were there.
Yeah, we were there though. But what was I gonna say? Boy Ray versus Anderson, 2 out of 3 falls match.
Pretty lame.
Like before the match, like Boy Ray attacked Anderson with like a steel chain, and then like Anderson was like knocked out for 3 minutes, and Boy Ray pinned him. And then they were fighting with Brian Hebner. Like Boy was like.
And then I sat there and I called it and I tweeted it, being like Brian Hebner, Bully Ray, Bound for Glory main event, calling it right now.
Even we actually met Brian Hebner and the other referee, and we told him that, and he was like, "Oh well, you know."
I beat him. Yeah. I beat him in a fight.
Yeah, and then Anderson rolled him up for the second fall, and then they had a little match, and then Anderson won. It was fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It was fine, you know. But then Anderson had this kid, you know, he gave the T-shirt to the kid, and the kid announced him the winner. And it was kind of
cool.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it would
be
cool if it was us.
It was a little 4-year-old that was like, Anderson.
But it was cool, though. Yeah. So then they had intermission.
We met Dewey.
Yeah, we were at the merchant kind of like, man, that looks like Dewey. So we went to meet Brian Hebner, and we got a picture with him, and then we got their autograph, the referees, and then when we bought the brown bag special because Luke's like, oh, maybe we should get a
program,
but they were 20. They're like, they told us the other one $20. She's like, yeah, right, and walked away. It was like, you know, you get a program with the brown bag special. I was like, you know what? Let's buy a brown bag special.
Because then you also got like a 4 DVDs, a T-shirt, and a
action figure,
which, you know, whatever.
Oh, they gave us a banner.
What?
Yeah, we didn't get a banner.
They don't have banners on that one. It wasn't like listed on there.
Oh,
that's where they get.
That's where they get you. That's what they get you. That's what they get you. No, yeah, it was good though. And then we were talking with the guy we bought it from, like, hey man, hey.
Is that Dewey?
Hey, is that Dewey? He's like, yeah, it is. We're like, wow.
So
like, can we get an autograph? Yeah.
Like, I wish we got the Hebner and the referees to sign our program, but they just signed our tickets.
Which is still cool.
You could probably sell that for like crack or something.
Like, hey man, we're your biggest fans.
Yeah, we got Jay Lethal action figure too. We can probably sell that for something too.
So then the intermission ended, and we went out to the ring. We didn't go out to the ring.
We went out to the ring. Corey and I
we had Samoa Joe versus Magnus
in a
steel cage match for the
This
World
steel cage
title.
was so flimsy.
Oh my god, they like stepped in the ring and it like shook. Yeah. I was afraid he was gonna fall into the children.
Oh god. Oh, and the audience though, they just wouldn't sit down. Everyone was just standing up right in front of us, and we couldn't see, so we had to like stand up.
And there was one guy behind us that just wouldn't stand up, so we felt like we had to move over a little bit just so we could see the one person in 105.
Yeah.
It was a really short match though. It was only 5 minutes.
It was like 5-6 minutes. It was an okay steel cage match.
Yeah,
it was kind of a
bad,
letdown.
but
I was
probably saving all the hype for lockdown.
Yeah, what happened was EC3 came in and like smacked the cage into Joe's face, and then Magnus pinned him.
And then Magnus.
There was nothing crazy that happened in the match, but it was good.
Yeah, and then EC3 went and tried to attack him, and then Joe beat the crap out of him, made him tap out.
Yeah,
and then he stayed afterwards, and everyone paid him $20 to take pictures with him.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh yeah, your whole group." So I said, "Why doesn't everybody just say they're a group together?"
Yeah,
$20 and we all get to take a photo with Joe.
I know, it would have been great, but everyone was just so stupid about it.
Yeah, everyone's like, but whatever. I'm sure TNA made a lot because a lot of people were buying stuff. It seemed like everyone was happy and enjoyed it. A lot of people thought it was boring at the beginning of the first 2 matches, but then I think it definitely.
Well, the Bobby Roode match, some guy was saying like, "This is boring. I paid for wrestling, not dancing."
And which I replied, "Wrestling's kind of like dancing because it takes 2 to tango." So, but yeah, best match of the night was Wolves and Bromans, then Bobby Roode. Here, I'll rank them. So from best to worst. The tag team title match. Then the Bobby Roode match. Then the steel cage. No, well,
I'd say Storm.
nah, steel cage, Storm, knockouts, then Anderson Bully. Actually, I like the Anderson and Bully though. I don't know. Just forget that. Forget what I said. Anyway, any thoughts? I mean, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I definitely wish they had more people. It's kind of sad to see, but you know, I think TNA will stay. And if they come around next time, maybe we'll have to go. Right?
Oh, definitely we'll have to go. Yeah, they had a good show. Definitely worth it. Loved seeing it. So, yeah.
Loved it. Great. C+.
We'll see. Nobody gets that. Well, that was like 8 years ago. Inside joke from 8 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Rock and roll.
Bye.